What's up guys, trying something new with this video, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Enjoy. Welcome to the rapid recap of Season 7, Episode 5, Game of Thrones, titled Eastwatch. A title significant because out of 60 minutes, 5 are spent deciding 7 people will go north of the wall facing a horde of thousands in open combat in which they plan to capture a single white and bring it back to the queen that they just killed the army of. But before I get carried away telling you the spoilers you don't want to hear because this video was randomly suggested and now you hate me for telling you the ending of the episode, let's start at the beginning. Jaime gets pulled out of the water by Bronn. Wait, what? They escaped? Hello? Writers? What? Plate, sword, 500-foot distance, presumably underwater. Bronn or Jaime must be Azor Ahai. Plot armor, way too strong. Anyway, the two talk about the battle they just lost. Jaime says, how are we going to defeat them? Bronn says, nope, that's where I draw the line. Dragons are too much. Jaime in a way agrees, and the two discuss telling Cersei. The scene changes. Tyrion walks through ash. Dany is an ass. Dickon stays erect, and Randall flip-flops and then has morals. They both get roasted. The importance of the scene is that Sam is the man of the family now, but maybe not because he's still a member of the Night's Watch, but maybe because Jon could just say blah blah, go south, vows be damned, scene. However, maybe the importance of the scene is that Dany just killed his father. While they had their differences, knowing your father was just burned alive by someone you're going to be asked to swear loyalty to at some point, that may have an issue later on. Scene changes. Jaime walks in to find Cersei asking the number of men that were lost. While the number remains unknown, she states that they can hire more. Jaime says, nope, men on horses are too strong. Oh yeah, and they have a dragon. Cersei rebuttals with, what should I do, sue for peace? Boom, roasted. They talk about Olenna killing Joffrey. She finally believes him, proves Tyrion only commit the crime of killing father. All in all, they must continue fighting because either way they all die. We get a touching scene where Jon and Drogon snuggle. Aww. Dany loves men that love dogs, dragons. They talk about the latest battle. She confronts him about taking a dagger to the heart. Jorah returns to give some more awkward hugs. Back north, we find Bran controlling a flock of ravens. The birds dissipate when the Night King looks at them, either scaring Bran or forcing him out of the birds. Back south, Sam stands up for Bran because these old cunts were talking shit. This dude is a douche. Sam makes a plan for the Maesters to join forces, sending ravens around the world and tell them that the threat is real. To search for any scroll in the building about the Long Night so that they can defeat the real threat. While they didn't say no, they didn't exactly say yes either. Sad Sam is sad. Tyrion and Varys discuss Dany becoming a low-key mad queen. Outside of the review, I don't see this actually happening. This keeps getting reinforced that Dany's becoming more and more vicious and aggressive, but this is a time of war and those men defied her. She sentenced them to death to show the masses that she will do what she says that she's going to do. Jon finally gets the news that Arya and Bran are alive. The Night King draws closer to Eastwatch by the sea, and he needs to return to his people regardless of if Dany is coming or not. Tyrion makes the genius plan that they need proof of undead men to show to his sister to stop the war for the time being. As crazy as that sounds, Jorah signs up to go as well. Tyrion must first convince Jaime to allow them an audience. Back in the north, Sansa accepts praise for whatever she's doing. Arya confronts Sansa about sleeping in the bedroom her mother and father slept in. Okay. She talks about how Sansa always needs to feel more important than everyone. Okay. I just can't help shake this feeling that this is like some forced plotline that was created only to kill a character off. I feel like they don't know that there's an undead army marching south. Why do we care about this scene? Why are they making Arya so weirdly aggressive to her sister? The Onion Knight finally has a chance to shine again. Tyrion goes to find Jaime. Davos goes and finds Gendry. Hey! They made the joke about him still rowing. Well done, team. Well done. The scene kind of went like this. I thought you were still rowing. Stop what you're doing right now. I'm coming with you. I made this big-ass hammer because my father used a hammer, and the audience will love that shit. Bronn leads Jaime to Tyrion. It's a tense reunion. Tyrion talks about killing his father, and then they discuss the northern threat, requesting for them to suspend battles while they address the threat in the north. Jaime goes to tell Cersei about his meeting with Tyrion. Cersei wants Bronn punished. Boom, Cersei's preggers. Incest babies for everybody. Many believe that this is actually a death sentence for Cersei. A prophet once told her that she would have 3 children and they would all die, and her little brother would kill her. So imagine this, it's not Tyrion, it's actually Jaime, and she dies giving birth to the child as her mother did giving birth to Tyrion. Ah, justice. Back at Dragonstone, Davos says, hey, don't say anything about being the bastard of Robert just yet. Gendry goes, sure man. Scene starts, he blurts out that he's a bastard, and Davos looks at him like Jim looking at the camera in the office. They discuss each other's fathers and bond about stories that built their great relationship and their families. He pledges to go north with Jon. Back at the Citadel, Gilly drops a plot bomb that proves that Jon is the rightful heir to the Iron Throne, proves that the Mad King's son Rhaegar rightfully married to Ned Stark's sister, and Jon is up for the Iron Throne since his grandfather and father are now dead. Instead of addressing it, Sam begins a mental rocky training scene to be a great man. Shits on his mission to become a maester and will be heading back north. I guess, not really sure what's going to happen when he gets there. Jon will ask, hey, are you a maester yet? He'll probably go, nah, I'm too cool for those nerds, and the Always Sunny in Philadelphia music will start playing. Back to Winterfell, the saga of cat and mouse. Arya stalks what she thinks is prey, but turns out to be a setup the entire time. The note documents Sansa telling the Stark family to head south and swear loyalty to Joffrey. She was forced into making this note, but it may serve to trigger Arya into confronting Sansa more. Although I completely rule out Arya and Sansa Sansa's plot lines coming to the conclusion of them killing each other, because why? So all in all, I think this is going to come to bite Littlefinger in the butt. We finally get to see Eastwatch by the sea. Tormund wants to know where Brienne is, and Davos says that he's staying back, he's not a fighter. Tormund reveals that Thoros, Beric, and the Hound were captured. Beric tells them that they must march north because their god said so, and a land of dragons, magic, and undead armies, religion is somehow still shit on. Gendry tells Jon not to trust them. The last time that these people met, Gendry was sold to the Red Witch that Davos actually saved him from. Thoros greets Jorah fondly. They fought in the Greyjoy Rebellion together. Both received honors for their battle valor before Jorah was stripped of everything for selling people to slavers. The Mormont name that Jorah holds triggers Tormund. If you recall, his father hunted the wildlings like dogs. All these plots, all these characters finally meeting for what? That's right, boys, they're going north of the wall to face the Night King in open combat with no real plan discussed on screen so that they can send a single undead man south, hoping that it gets there intact, is presented to Cersei, and she agrees to help fight this threat before it gets to her, with the end goal of her sending her men north to aid the battle, which again, she doesn't have many of because a dragon just burned them alive. Cersei is a very smart woman. I imagine her response will be like, yeah, that's an undead frost zombie. Wyvern, what do you think that we should do to stop this threat? He turns to her, well, Queen, if only someone in the world had dragons. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this new format, please let me know. If not, equally, please let me know. I'm trying to think outside of the box to grow the channel as much as possible, so any feedback would be awesome. Much love, everybody. Thanks for watching.